you to the police graduation of Class 132. Would you please stand as the class enters the auditorium? Thank you. Please be seated. We will now have an invocation by Chaplain Ed Long, Jr.
Greetings, everyone. I ask that you take a moment to bow your head, close your eyes if you so desire, and embrace this moment, all that it is about and what it represents. Holy Father, we thank you for these who have decided to commit their lives to a life of service. We invoke a special prayer of protection for them and also those who they serve during their tenure here with DeKalb County Police Department. We thank you for our CEO, our chief, our majors, our captains, our sergeants, our lieutenants, and all of the cohorts who they will be serving with. We celebrate the families that are represented right now within this room. And we lift up this graduation ceremony to you, that it is all that you desire for it to be. In the name of your Son, we pray. Thank you.
Thank you, Chaplain. Will everyone please stand for the presentation of colors? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mark time, march. Right turn, march. Forward, march.
Sworn officers, we will now recite the Public Safety Oath of Honor. You can find the oath on the back of your program. On my honor, I will never betray my office, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution, my community, and the agency I serve. Thank you. Sworn officers, please be seated. Now, I would like to introduce DeKalb County Chief of Police, Mirtha Ramos, who has remarks for the class.
Good morning, everyone. So today is a great day. Today's the day that we're able to come together and welcome Class 132 into the DKPD family. And by that, I mean not only Class 132, but all of you, their families and friends as well. We know that in order to do this job, we need each other, and we need our families, At the end of the day, we need to be able to go home and be reminded about what's important. We are stronger together, and there will be days when you question why you do what you do. And you'll need to rely on your family, your friends, and your peers to remind you of your why. I sometimes need to be reminded of my why, but I have been blessed that whenever I question it, I'm quickly reminded of the importance of what we do. We not only protect our communities, but we place a special emphasis on service. We service our community by answering the call when they have no one else to turn to. Law enforcement today is not the law enforcement of 10 years ago. You're coming at a time where the public and the citizens that you serve expect and demand nothing but the best. But lucky for you, our staff at the Training Academy have taught you to do just that. You have been taught how to service your community. You have been taught how to make good arrests. But the one thing that cannot be taught is care and compassion. Those are things that you need to carry in your heart, because the job is not simply black and white. You're dealing with human beings who are having the worst day of their lives when you encounter them. It is your responsibility, whether you are making an arrest or providing a helping hand, to do it in a manner that leaves that person knowing that you did it with well intentions and that you did the best that you could. I am proud of you, Class 132. I am proud that you've hung in there when many have walked away. I'm proud that you have decided to answer the call when so many have chosen to ignore it. I won't say that this job will be easy, but I will say that it will be one of the most rewarding things that you will ever do in your life. Many have taken the oath to serve and protect. If you do that and you do it well, you will not only have earned the respect of your family and the community, but you can look at yourself in the mirror knowing that you have done your best. Law enforcement is still one of the most honorable professions in the world. Wear this uniform and wear it proud. When you receive your badge today, know that it represents more than just DeKalb County. Your actions are no longer your own, but are reflective of the 800,000 men and women in the United States who have chosen to also wear the badge, and even those around the world. So knowing this Class 132, knowing the responsibility that comes with that badge, I have one question for you. Are you ready? I don't think we're ready while we're here. Let's try this again. And I know it was impromptu. I didn't prep you for this one, but I thought you would know the answer. And I saw you say, I'm ready. But I need to hear you say it where I can believe it, where the CEO can believe it, where the Director of Public Safety can believe it. Everybody in this room needs to understand that you are ready, that the Training Academy staff have done everything they could. So I'm going to ask you one more time. If not, we all leaving. So I'm asking you one more time. Knowing all of the responsibility that come with that badge, Class 132, are you ready? Yes, ma'am. Are you ready? Yes, ma'am. Okay, I like it. But before we leave, I'm going to leave you with Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6. And it says, be strong and courageous. And I'm going to repeat that again, because even when you don't feel like it, you need to be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. So even when you're in that car alone, just trust and believe that you are never alone.
Thank you, Chief Ramos. I would now like to introduce DeKalb County's Public Safety Director, Mr. Joseph Jack Lumpkin.
Thank you, Major. Good morning. It's a glorious morning. I'm Jack Lumpkin, your Public Safety Director, and today I want to congratulate our cadets that are about to be sworn. Thank you for joining DeKalb County. Thank you for doing the things that you have done so far. Class 132. You have successfully completed one of the best academies in this country, and you have evolved from a citizen, a pure citizen, to a pure citizen peace officer. You still are a citizen, but you're both now. That's a higher calling. You have a higher responsibility than a mere citizen does. You're looked at differently. Your expectations will be higher from the citizens. We are thankful in DeKalb that you chose to join DeKalb County PD. We are thankful that you chose to be employed by the county of DeKalb. You've chosen a great employer, and we hope that you'll have a long, illustrious career. But as each of you know, you haven't arrived at this point in your life by yourself. You are not and I am not, and no one else is, a person that stands alone. You had family, you had supporters, you had friends that have encouraged you and helped mold you into being the person you are today. Class 132, please stand, look out into the audience, and find those people who actually helped make you and applaud them. Recognize them and applaud them. Thank you. Please be seated, Class 132. Now, as you begin your field operation phase of your career, I want to remind you again of what got you here. Your ethical bearing, your ethical person, your work ethic. I don't want you to ever lose your ethics. I don't want you to ever change your character, being a good person. I don't want you to lose that work ethic that pushed you through the academy when you thought it was overbearing. Continue to improve yourself on a daily basis. Protect your character throughout your life. I want you to learn to do the field jobs and your jobs as you go through your career, as well as you've learned those knowledge, skills, and abilities they taught you in the academy. Continue to improve yourself daily. If you're not improving, you're actually regressing. You just haven't realized it yet. So you have to continue to focus on improving. May God continue to bless you, DeKalb County, and may God protect you as you serve the citizens and residents and visitors of our great county. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Lumpkin. I would now like to introduce DeKalb County's Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Michael Thurmond.
Good morning. To Director Jack Lumpkin, Chief Ramos, thank you so much for your leadership, command, our staff, men and women in uniform, cadets, and especially to the class 132. We already know each other. We spent many Saturday mornings together. And on behalf of the citizens of DeKalb, I want to thank you. You're already saving lives and improving the quality of life for all of our citizens. The family and friends from far and near, thank you so much for allowing us and presenting us with your daughters and your sons who will serve us in a very, very important capacity. 132, you will always be special to me because I knew you when, and now I know you now. And hopefully when I see you around, you always come up and remind me who you are and how we became friends and how we know each other. Finally this, no, I'm going to continue to fight for the DeKalb County Police Department. Out of all the things that I've had the opportunity to engage in, my proudest moments have been standing with these men and women, with your chief, Director Lumpkin, and these men and women to my left and right, as we work to ensure that we are standing with the people who ensure safety for us. When other folk like me run for safety, these young men and women, they run towards the danger. I thank you for it. I appreciate you for it. And know this, as long as I stand in this position, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to fight for you every single moment. As we used to say out in the country, till the last dog die, I'll be in the fight. Thank you.
Thank you, CEO Thurmond. I would now like to introduce the lead instructor for Class 132, Instructor Ernest Bonahini.
Good morning to everybody. To the Chief Executive Officer of DeKalb County, Mr. Michael Thurmond, members of the Board of Commissioners in their absence, Director of Public Safety, Mr. Lumpkin Sr., DeKalb County Chief of Police, Chief Ramos, members of the command staff, distinguished guests, family, friends, instructors, and officers in attendance, welcome and thank you for attending the commencement ceremony for the 132nd Academy of the DeKalb County Police Department. On December 13, 2022, yes, that was last year, the DeKalb County Police Academy Class 132 reported to the Police Academy located at 2484 Bruce Street to begin their training to become police officers. Class 132 started as a group of individuals from diverse backgrounds who were dedicated to facing challenges of the police academy. They pushed themselves through 26 weeks of training, which included countless hours of classroom instructions, practical and tactical training, along with weekend community engagements. Yes, they had to come to work some Saturdays. During the academy, Class 132 maintained their motivation and kept up with the workload of the academy. As part of the training, we emphasized community engagement and service, and how being police officers is not just about writing citations or arresting folks. It's also about serving the community. Many Saturdays, 132 was part of the county's food distribution efforts to distribute foods to citizens who were there to pick up food items. So they've already served the community even before they become sworn. So that's a good way to start off your career as law enforcement. Now, 132. For a while, I didn't know if y'all were going to make it, to be honest. I just didn't know whether you're going to make it or not, but here we are today. From the first day of the academy, you all had challenges that you had to overcome. Some were individual challenges and some were a challenge as a group. Overall, you figured out a way to make it all work and get through the process called the Police Academy. I know you feel great about today and about what you have accomplished. Today, I want you to stand tall and be proud of how far you've come. As I've always told you, discipline yourselves to do the right thing even when no one is looking. This profession that you have chosen is a privilege. It's a calling, and not everybody can do this job. Discipline yourselves to continue your physical fitness training, continue to study law and policy, and to keep up with your responsibilities, for without discipline, you cannot accomplish much. You must strive to maintain your professionalism at all times, control your emotions, and don't take anything personally. It's not always about you, all right? Control your emotions and do the job without taking it too personally. Respect the rights of others. Treat everyone with respect and human dignity. Be kind. Be patient. Show empathy. Be polite. Be a peacemaker. And stay professional. Never forget how far you've come. Never forget everything you've gone through as a class together. Never forget the days that things were difficult for you and you felt like giving up. But God gave you the strength to continue to this day. Remember that you are more than capable of accomplishing great things that are not always easy to handle. but as long as you maintain your discipline, work hard, and maintain your professionalism, you'll get through it. Congratulations on a job well done. As you go forward in your career, remember to enjoy yourselves. I say this all the time. It's not just about working. You have to have some time for yourself and have some fun. Spend some time with family and friends and those who care about you and who support you. Always seek out some good doggone training. Never forget your oath of office and your responsibility to serve and protect the community with honor and courage. Remember that you have family members who support you, and you also have family of officers who support you, whether you are on or off duty. The whole DeKalb County Police Department stands behind you as brothers and sisters. The citizens of DeKalb County support you and appreciate you for taking up this challenge. Congratulations to you for coming thus far, and I'm very, very proud of you. Now to the award ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, the first award is the Firearms Award. This award is presented to the recruit with the highest average score in firearms. Over the course of the academy, the recruits were required to shoot approximately 1,000 rounds of ammunition from their Glock 17 9mm service pistol. The recruits also had an opportunity to become familiar with a tactical shotgun and a patrol rifle. They were required to pass several firearm courses to include the Georgia State Qualification Course, the DeKalb County Stress Course, the Double Action Multiple Adversary Course, and the night shooting. As part of the training, recruits shot from behind cover while on the move. They shot while on the ground and with their non-dominant hand. These and other tactical shooting situations encourage the recruits to maintain their composure while thinking and fighting through difficult situations. Before I announce the winner of the Firearms Award, I would like to recognize the runner-up. When I announce your name, please stand and be recognized. The runner-up for the Firearms Award with an average score of 90.92% is Terrence Baker. The winner of the Firearms Award with an average score of 91% is Kamal Al-Sharif. The next award is the Academic Award. Throughout the academy, each recruit was required to take and pass over 45 written tests. These tests were not only academic classes such as criminal justice systems, criminal law, community-oriented policing, verbal defense and influence, juvenile law, crime scene investigation, but physical performance and practical examinations on defensive tactics, axe baton, OC spray, and other classes. Before I announce the winner of the Academic Award, I would like to recognize the runner-up. When I announce your name, please stand and be recognized. The runner-up for the Academic Award with an average score of 93.05 is Kamal Al-Sharif. The winner of the Academic Award with an average score of 96.05 is Caleb Dutton. The next award to be presented is the Spirit of the Class Award. The recipient of this award is chosen by the classmates as a person who continuously motivated them, kept their spirit alive, and gave them a reason to continue no matter the circumstances. The hard work and dedication the hard work and dedication that this recruit put in through the academy and never giving up should motivate us all. The winner of the Spirit of the Class Award, as voted on by the classmates, is Andres Torriente. The next award will be the Instructor's Choice Award. This award is given to a recruit chosen by the instructor to have exemplified outstanding leadership and what it means to go above and beyond what the standards expect. Within each of these new officers is someone who has the ability to go beyond what is required of them. Within each officer is someone who has the ability to ability and the potential to lead, and in every one of these officers is also demonstrated throughout the academy a willingness to push through difficult times and arrive at a reasonable conclusion. This person, however, led from the front by example, both in words and in deeds. He took initiative and did what was required every single day. There is no leadership without conflict. And although there were times when the class had some internal issues, he managed to keep the class together. Remember that leadership is not just about being in charge. It is about taking care of those who are in your charge. You may not always be popular, but if you are firm, sincere, and fair, eventually you will win the respect of your peers, your leadership, and those who you are in charge of. The winner of the Instructor's Choice Award is Kamal Al-Sharif. We have one more award left. The final award is the Fraternal Order of Police, or FOP award. This award is presented to the DeKalb County Police recruit who demonstrated a commitment to law enforcement with integrity. This individual has exemplified, even in the face of adversity, the core values of law enforcement, such as honesty, trust, fairness, respect, and community responsibility, both on and off duty. This recruit is able to inspire classmates to persevere to achieve the higher values laid out in the canons of police ethics. This award comes with a one-year membership to the DeKalb Fraternal Order of Police Lodge. The FOP Leadership Integrity Award for the 132nd Academy goes to Janae Thomas. Good job, Thomas. Thank you, folks, and thank you for coming. Appreciate you.
I would now like to introduce the class leader for Class 132, Kamal Al-Sharif.
Good morning. My name is Kamal Al-Sharif. It is with great honor that I am able to speak to you today on behalf of my peers as class leader and represent the 132nd Class Academy that is graduating from one of the best academies in the state, DeKalb County Police Department. It is also brings me great joy and pleasure to represent such a diverse and experienced group of people who represent the many cultures found within DeKalb County. First, I want to welcome and thank Michael Thurmond, the CEO of DeKalb County, Public Safety Director Lumpkin, and Chief Ramos for the support and presence. I would also like to thank the members of the training academy, including Major Ford, Lieutenant Ricker, Sergeant Bobo, and Sergeant Dixon, and all the instructors that facilitated our training and made this graduation possible. I would like to give a special thank you to our primary instructor, Instructor Bonahini. Also, I would like to thank our secondary instructors, Instructor Gaddis and Instructor Manjaros. You truly went above and beyond to ensure that the 9 of us here would receive the necessary training and the skills to be successful in this line of work. Lastly, I want to thank the family and friends that supported each of us throughout this process, as we well know how instrumental they were in this process of success. I also would like to emphasize to our guests how much effort the police department has put into this class. We've had officers from the chief of police to specialized units take the time to speak with us, impart knowledge, wisdom, and advice, or just motivate us to be better people and diligent future officers. Their efforts have allowed us to expand our capabilities and show us that together we can do anything. From class of 132nd, thank you. The candidates you see in front of you got to this point due to accumulation of hard work, dedication, mental and physical toughness. I can tell you from personal experience, it is no easy feat. As I stand in front of you and my fellow classmate wearing the DeKalb County Police uniform, I cannot help but reflect on our journey thus far. It all began on December 12, 2022 at 4 a.m., where we reported to the Academy PT field. We were 12 strangers with no idea what was in store for us. All of us shared one common goal, and that was to become a police officer. As we stood there in the dark, anxiously waiting, we saw what would look like an army of soldiers coming down those steps. Their target was us. Needless to say, we all went home sore that day. We were tired, unsure, sleepy, but we quickly learned what it means to become successful at the police academy. It is a journey of improvement on both a personal and a group level. We learned to push ourselves and help one another to make it to the finish line, graduation day. We started as 12, but 9 made it. It took continuous effort, a strong mindset, a drive, and determination to make it this far. We needed each other to make it here. None of us did it alone. We embraced our differences and accepted one another. We had to learn to become a team and make it through the training. Besides the pain we faced through getting tased, pepper sprayed, and the tire presses on the PT field, we also faced growing pains. But eventually, we came together harmoniously. If it weren't for the amazing instructors that poured everything that they had into us, we would not have been able to succeed. Each of them gave us a wealth of knowledge and experience every day. Each member of this class comes from a different background, ethnicity, industry, and age. Hence, our learning styles and comprehension varies. Throughout the past 6 months, each one of us has undergone a difficult and strenuous education that included 50 exams, daily physical activities, and monthly physical assessments, along with a plethora of other tests of our skills, including firearms. A big thank you goes out to the range staff, Sergeant Peeler, Instructor DeForest, Instructor Cadlip, Sergeant Brown, and Instructor Bonahini. Because God knows, you were risking your lives teaching some of us how to shoot. We're lucky enough to have gone through safe and sound, but I always remember, front sight, front sight. Driving defensively was another task, and a huge thank you goes out to Instructor Webb, who showed us how to drive with confidence and due regard. We truly enjoyed the emergency vehicle operator course training and driving in Macon. Self-defensive tactics. Thank you to Instructor Bonahini for showing us all the incredible strategic self-defense and gunfighting tactics. Thank you. And the last and very important skill that we had to learn is thinking and making quick, accurate decisions on the spot, which we called it Hell Week. So Hell Week helped us understand the real-life situation and the best ways to respond to them. These seem like separate tasks, but all of these skills come together to make a well-rounded police officer. We have been fortunate enough to learn from the best and are able to see how much of a difference these tasks make in the daily lives of the officer we have gotten to ride along with. Now, the Academy had taught us two important concepts. One is teamwork. They taught us to call each other often and ensure that our classmates were okay. The class was held accountable for the actions of each individual. That was amazingly effective for team building, as it brought us together, closer together, and we grew fonder of one another. We began as strangers, grew as a team, and now we are colleagues and brothers and sisters at heart. We look out and care for one another. I will always be grateful for this team. Now, the second concept that they taught us, that I was personally impressed with, is respect. It may sound like a basic concept for the average being, but in this field of work, it is essential. Instructor Bonahini would remind us that everything we do, we should do it with respect and kindness. It will go a long way with people. It is a common misconception that treating someone accused of a crime with respect in essence is respecting the act, but that is not the case. It shows immense growth and a conviction in your value to be able to look out onto the world and see the value of all life. He also stressed the importance of putting ourselves in other people's shoes and taking into consideration other people's cultures and treating them accordingly. Lastly, I would like to especially thank Sergeant Bobo for being part of every physical test and training session. He was there every time. Trust me, to deal with our class, you need a lot of patience. He was always taking extra steps to help us achieve what was needed. Instructor Bonahini is also a person who is immensely patient, a human being. And he put his all into making sure that we all make it and more. Instructor Bonahini also furthered his education and ensured to pass on that training to us. He would go out of his way to complete education and training outside of the academy and bring that knowledge back to us. He always says you never have too many tools in your toolbox. You can always learn something new. Lastly, to my classmates, I want to say we have made it through so much, but our real journey is yet to come. Our continued training will represent new challenges, stresses, and new learning experiences. When the time comes that you feel overwhelmed or question your ability to do this job, just remember, protect and serve is what we do. It has been an honor to serve in this role, and I congratulate my classmates as we begin the next phase of our journey as DeKalb County Police Officers. Thank you. At this time, on behalf of Class of 132, I would like to present the plaque of the class to Major Ford.
Class 132, please stand. If you are a family member or friend assisting us with pinning our badges to our new officers, if you would move to the staging area, please. Chief Ramos? As the Academy Director, I certify that the members of Class 132 have completed all training mandated by the Georgia Peace Officer Standards and Training Council, as well as all departmental mandated training. They are now ready to receive their badges.
Badge 3736, Kamal Al-Sharif. His badge will be pinned by Dr. Catherine Cottrell. Badge 3737, Terrence Baker. His badge will be pinned by Leon Thomas. Badge 3738, Caleb Dutton. His badge will be pinned by Michelle Dutton. Badge 3739, Brandon Green. His badge will be pinned by Marvin Green. Badge number 3740, Victor Guerrero. His badge will be pinned by Karina Guerrero. Badge 3741, Colin Lawrence. His badge will be pinned by Lieutenant Paul Lawrence, active duty Navy chaplain. Badge 2162, Kurt Taylor Jr. His badge will be pinned by Kurt Taylor Sr., former DeKalb police officer from 2001 to 2011. Badge 3742, Janae Thomas. Her badge will be pinned by Juanita Thomas. Badge 3743, Andres Torriente. His badge will be pinned by Yvette Mercedes Torriente.
For over a decade, we have been blessed to have the Chief Magistrate Court Judge of DeKalb County swear in our officers, Judge Beryl Anderson. Judge Anderson, if you do it again for us, please.
Thank you. I certainly consider this an honor and a privilege. All right, are you all ready? Yes, ma'am. Are you sure? Yes, ma'am. Okay.
They don't sound ready.
I don't know. I think I'm going to ask you one more time. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that sounds much better. Raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I state your name. Let's start over. Do you all realize what a momentous occasion this is? I need a little more energy, please. All right. I state your name. Do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the State of Georgia, that I will faithfully enforce the laws of the State of Georgia and the County of DeKalb, that I will faithfully perform all the duties of my office, and that I will faithfully observe all the rules, orders, and regulations of the DeKalb County Police Department. I do further swear or affirm that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due this state or any political subdivision or authority thereof, that I am not the holder of any office of trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state, by the laws of the state of Georgia, I am prohibited from holding, and that I am otherwise qualified to be a police officer according to the Constitution and the laws of the state of Georgia. I do further swear or affirm that as a police officer, I will faithfully serve and protect, to the best of my ability, all citizens, regardless of race, color, or creed. I accept the law enforcement code or canon of ethics as my standard of conduct while on or off duty, and swear to faithfully abide by and defend the same. All right, congratulations.
Thank you, Judge Anderson. Class 132, please take your seats. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said that over 2,000 years ago. And like a lot of great wisdom, it is both incredibly simple and incredibly profound. It is also undeniably true. Every journey must have a start. It was the first single step that brought you here today. A step up that started your journey to becoming a police officer. A step up a path that few have the will to travel. And as you complete this particular journey, it's appropriate to stop for a moment and reflect upon where you've been. There's another saying by Greek philosopher Herodotus: no man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man. The wonderful thing about a journey well traveled is that we are rarely the same people at the end as we were at the beginning. The world moves on, but so do we. We change, we grow, we become more than what we were at the start. Think of your first wild shots at the range, or the traffic cones that met their end at your unskilled hands. Then think of how far you've come. Think of how you mastered each challenge set before you. Every week, more was asked of you, and you were able to give it. Every week held tests, and you passed them all. You were here, quite simply, because you were good enough to be here. The task before you is too consequential to entrust to those who are not worthy. It is also appropriate, as you complete one journey, to think about the next. Today is a day where you wake up a civilian and go to bed as a sworn police officer. You are now, this moment, members of the best police department in the state of Georgia. But we are not the best department because our policies are written just right, or because our equipment is the shiniest. We're the best because the unmatched men and women of this department have given their adult lives to make it so. Some have made the ultimate sacrifice. To join this department and to serve the citizens of DeKalb County is a solemn and wondrous responsibility. You sit there now with a badge on your chest that was earned, not given. But just as you earn the right to pin that badge on that uniform, you must earn the right to keep it there. You must continue to grow, continue to become better while the world changes around you. You must act with honor and integrity in all your services, great and small. When you come to the end of your career, I hope there are certain things you can say in complete honesty with yourself. That no person suffered a moment's pain due to your lack of courage. That no one suffered a moment's harm due to your lack of honor. And not that you served without errors or mistakes, because those wait for all of us, but that any mistakes you made were made with an open heart and a willing spirit. I pray that God guides your hands to take the right actions. I pray that He guides your minds to make the right decisions, and I pray that He watches over you as you watch over others. And so, it's time. Family and friends of Class 132, CEO Thurmond, Director Lumpkin, Chief Ramos, and the DeKalb County Police Department command staff, it is my great pleasure to release the officers of Class 132 from the Academy and give them to the community and citizens that they will serve. Please rise and join me in congratulating them. All right. If you'll please be seated, we'll have a benediction from Chaplain Ed Long, Jr.
I apologize for sending you through this exercise, but if everyone could please stand. I invite you to grab the hand of the person to your left and on your right. Holding these hands, understanding that before we are police chiefs and CEOs, before you are whatever your occupation is, we first are sons and daughters of God. And if we keep that in mind, we leave this room better than we came in it. To this class, God's grace, His favor, His blessings be upon you. Now unto Him who is able to keep us from falling. May your spirit rest, rule, and abide with us all. God, you said it. We receive your promises. We believe it. That settles it. To this 132nd class of the Police Academy, now officers sworn in, to family and friends, go in peace.
Thank you, Chaplain. All right. Instructor Bonahini, if everyone will remain seated while we march Class 132 out of the auditorium.